Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Alright, CJ. I looked. I need more instructions. I just spent a couple minutes right now looking, trying to figure out your. I don't know what to do. You gave me like 40 minutes, and I don't see any lawyer at all. I tried. I did. I just spent a couple minutes looking, and I can't. I don't see what you see. Um, so I will. I will do it. I just don't know where it is. I will watch the whole thing after the stream, and I will find it. And tomorrow I can do it. But I failed. I failed to figure it out before the stream today. I tried. I did. All right. We are still with Judge Shackelford. Nope. We are still with Miss Shackelford. Or did they say Mrs.? Linus, thank you for calling me. I appreciate it. Or just tell me where it is. I didn't see a lawyer. I tried. I see ladies, but I just don't see a lawyer. All right, Shackelford. Here we go.
Okay. Do you remember seeing marijuana on that date in the home?
Not specifically. I have to read further report. I believe there was small amounts, like I stated before.
You testified that you followed all protocols with the light. Walk me through what that means to you.
Making sure that we have our gloves on, that we're not contaminating evidence.
And I'm sorry to stop you, but if I might just ask, who is we?
The other officers that were on scene, that are evidence technicians that were also assisting in processing the scene.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. So continue. You make sure you have gloves on. What else do you do?
The specific pieces of evidence are placed into specific types of bags based on what they may be being processed for or being taken for. And then that it remains in our possession, which I transported all evidence back to the station. I was responsible for packaging all the evidence that was listed in my report. And it's properly sealed, signed, placed into an evidence locker where it's also then secured where no one else has access to.
And who did that with you?
Did what?
Who did all of what you just outlined with you on June 23rd, 2017?
Officers Barry and Sergeant Smith were also on scene, who are evidence technicians.
And when you first arrived on scene, there were already officers there, but they weren't wearing gloves yet, were they?
I don't recall.
When did you become an evidence technician?
In 2013.
And how many cases did you serve as an evidence technician for from 2013 to 2017?
Approximately 30 to 50.
Had you been an evidence technician on any homicide cases prior to this date, June 23rd, 2017?
I have to go back and check. I've been an evidence technician on other homicide cases. I can't tell you specifically if there were any of them prior to that or after or not.
Okay, so you don't know if this was or was not your first homicide case as an evidence technician?
I have to go back and check.
Okay. How many other people have access to the evidence locker?
Just our evidence property officers.
And who are they?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't have evidence access to that. Most of the department doesn't. There's Sergeant Raschke right now is the person that's in charge of our property room. Other than him, I don't know if anyone else has access or not.
Do you know who would have had access in June of 2017?
I'm not sure who was in charge of the property room at that time.
And when you say you transport evidence, how do you transport it?
If there were any of them prior to that, of my patrol vehicle, or maybe transported back
Okay,
to the
so you
station.
don't know if this was or was not your first homicide. Before putting it in the back of your case as an evidence technician,
Yeah, I have to go
you
back
indicated it's in its own separate bag. Is that right?
How many other people
So
have
did you put
access
the
to the
light,
evidence
each
locker?
strand of lights in their own separate bag?
If there were any, I don't recall how they were after specifically removed
Okay,
from her.
so you don't know if this was or was not your first homicide case as an evidence technician.
Yeah, the medical examiner and placed into one bag.
How many other people have
So all the strands
access
were-
to the
it sounds
evidence
like-
locker?
It's your understanding they were placed in the same bag and treated as one, right?
I'm gonna object, Your Honor. I don't think that's what he said at all.
You just said correct,
The
so.
lights from her wrist, I believe, were not any other items. I believe the lights that were from her wrist.
Just the lights, nothing else was bagged in that same bag. It was just the lights.
Correct.
And there were multiple parts of that strand of lights, right?
I don't know if it was one or multiple or not.
Okay. Were you there when the lights were
If there
taken
any
off of her
prior to
wrist?
that or after or not.
And you don't know if this was or was
It's
not
true
your
that
first homicide.
they kind of fell off of her
case
wrist,
as an
right?
evidence. They weren't tightly
Yeah, I have to go
bound,
back and
right?
check. They
How many other
came off
people
easily.
have access to the evidence
And
locker?
so they weren't tightly bound.
It didn't appear to be.
You testified also that there was a couch cushion that was recovered. What did you do to secure that piece of evidence?
It was placed into a larger bag.
And where was it taken after you placed it in that larger bag?
It would have been transported back to the station with all other evidence, which I packaged.
Do you know where that couch cushion is today?
Do not.
Okay. And do you know what happened to that couch cushion after you dropped it off until now?
Nope.
And it's my understanding Van Buren Police Department doesn't have that couch cushion anymore, right?
I just told you I have no idea. After I placed all the property that I packaged into the evidence locker, I have no idea of what has happened to any of that evidence.
Okay, so you leave it in the evidence locker. You're not the one who transfers it from the evidence locker to MSP, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you ask officers or anyone else on the scene whether they touched anything?
I don't specifically recall if I did or not.
Did you secure the iPhone that was recovered?
All the items listed in my report, I packaged and secured into property.
CJ sent that to me. CJ sent that to me. I couldn't find it
If
at
there were any of
first.
them prior to that or after or not.
Okay, so you don't know if this was or was not your first homicide case as an
I love
evidence
it.
technician.
Yeah, I have to go
I
back
love
and
it.
check.
Yep.
How many
Yeah,
other
he's-
people
he's the kind of
have
person on a date
access to
who
the
would,
evidence locker?
Complain about the appearance of his date.
All right, so that includes the iPhone, right?
It includes it. I don't know which iPhone you're speaking about.
Well, there was one iPhone on the scene that
Okay.
is in your report that says that you recovered it. So that would be the iPhone I'm asking about.
Well, that's when you're asking about all the items in my report. I packaged and secured in our evidence locker.
Do you remember actually packaging an iPhone on June 23rd, 2017 at the scene?
I don't specifically remember doing it. I had to refer to my report.
Okay, so you don't remember.
What I just stated, based off my report, those are the items that were transported by me, that were collected from the scene, secured, packaged, and entered into our property locker.
And what I just stated was that without looking at your report, you don't have any recollection sitting here today in this courtroom that you packaged an iPhone
No.
on June 23rd, 2017, right?
Correct.
Thank you. And do you know what happened to that iPhone after it was taken from the scene?
After I took it to the scene, brought to the station, packaged it, and put it into property.
Yes,
No, I don't know having any items after they were put into our property.
including the iPhone, right?
Anything in my report that was placed into our property locker, I do not recall what happened to. Or don't know what happened to after it was in property.
Okay, so and if an iPhone that was recovered from the scene that it sounds like you packaged on June 23rd, 2017, if an iPhone that was recovered from the scene that day was deleted by mishandling of Van Buren Police Department, you have no knowledge of that. Is that right?
I didn't delete anything. It was taken to our station, packaged, and secured in our property locker.
And sir, I know that's the question you want to answer, but my question for you is, do you have knowledge
I
that
told you that
I'm sorry,
after-
only one of us can talk at one time. My question for you is, do you have knowledge that the iPhone that was taken by you as the evidence tech that day was deleted by an individual in Van Buren Police Department?
I stated that all the property was placed into our property room by me after it was secured and packaged, put in our property. After it was placed in there, I don't know how many more times I can say this. I don't know what has occurred, happened to, where it's been taken, if it's still at our department, if it's at MSP. I don't know after it was put into our property locker, what has happened to any property involved in this case.
So your answer is no, you don't have knowledge of the iPhone being deleted.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Watt,
No questions, Your Honor.
anything else from, Sergeant Reedy?
Just briefly. So, sir, I'm going to actually let you refer to your report if it's going to refresh your recollection. Do you recall collecting more than one strand of lights?
Yes, I believe there were multiple strands in that home.
Sir, I'm going to approach, and I just want to ask you a question. So when on your report, if you mark an item as an evidence number, like item 3, item 4, item 5, is that how it's secured into evidence?
Most likely depending on how the computer system at the time was, like, we look at the bag, which you showed me earlier, I could exactly tell you.
Okay, well, let me ask what I'm getting at. Okay, I'll just cut to the chase. So do you see in item 9, you collected some Christmas lights and you said located on the wrist of the victim, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you also collect, did you also see here in item 8, a separate listed number that you collected 3 strands of grape style lights?
Correct.
Okay, and the fact that one of them is listed as item 8 and one of them is listed item 9, does that indicate to you that they were packaged separately?
Correct.
Can I see that photograph, please? And when you go back to the station with this evidence that you've secured, packaged, and sealed, right?
Correct.
When you go back, is there like an evidence, you indicated there was like a sergeant that is in control of evidence, right?
Yes, right now we have a sergeant that's in control of our property.
And even if you don't remember who it was in 2017, as far as you can recall, would someone always have been in charge of securing evidence?
Yes.
All right, so when you go in, do you have to fill out a log or anything like that when you hand over the evidence to this person?
So it goes into an actual locker that has a key. You put it in the locker, lock it, and the key gets dropped in the locker securely where whoever has access to the actual property room, they're the only ones that can now access that property.
Understood. I have no further questions.
Anything else, Ms. Jones?
Just one. You testified that you believed the strands of lights were separate, but that was only based on what you saw in the report, right? It's not based on your own recollection of actually taking 2 separate lights and putting them in 2 separate evidence bags, right?
There were multiple lights, I remember, at the scene. The lights from her wrist were taken and put into a bag. They would not have been put into mixed with any other items at that scene.
Okay, and that's your recollection, right?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Officer Garcia, yeah, thank you, Sergeant. You're free to go. Next witness, Ms. Shackelford. Go ahead.
And then can you call Street?
Are you calling Sergeant
Sean
Street?
Street.
You're needed, sir. All right, thank you.
Judge, may we have just a brief moment before testimony starts?
Yeah.
My client needs to use the restroom.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Thank you.
Sergeant, you can come up and I'll swear you in. Though, solemnly swear from testimony you'll give in this matter will be the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Have a seat.
And-
He is. We're waiting on Mr. Moore, though.
Oh,
Am I free to drop?
You are. So as long as you're seated and social distance, you can take it off.
Was that a toilet?
Do you think
Did
that
you hear
this is
that?
your last witness for today, or do you have somebody if we're
I don't
finished?
have anyone lined up after him.
Is my math correct that we have 4 people left after this? Or did you change the number on me?
We've added 1 or 2, but they're like 2-second witnesses, Judge, that I have to put on.
Okay, that's fine. So we have somewhere between 4 and 6 tomorrow or something like that.
I'm looking, I actually have a list. For it now. I believe it's 6, Your Honor.
I
2 of
don't
them will be
hear a
longer
sink
witnesses.
running.
That's fine.
I don't hear a sink running.
But before we leave today, I'll give you an exact.
That's fine. Go ahead. He's sworn.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you state your name and employment capacity for me?
Yes. Detective Sergeant Sean, S-E-A-N, Street, S-T-R-E-E-T, with the Michigan Department of State Police.
And how long have you worked with the Michigan Department of State Police?
10 years.
And sir, have you been involved in the investigation that we're here on today with respect to the homicide of Egypt Covington?
I have been, yes.
And let me ask you, are you almost a co-OIC in this case?
Yes.
And sir, I want to talk to you specifically about some of the things you've done on this case. I want to start by talking to you about video footage. Did you review any video footage?
I did, yes.
Okay, and can you tell me where that video footage was at, or where the location it came from was?
Yeah, it was from the Sicko gas station, the intersection, maybe the southwest intersection of Hall Road and Sumter Road in Van Buren Township.
Okay, and let me ask you, do you know approximately how far that gas station was from the residence on Hall Road where Miss Covington was found?
I don't have an exact number, several hundred feet. I don't have the exact number.
And I'm approached with people's proposed exhibit 44. Sir, do you recognize what's in this photograph?
Yes, I do.
All right, what is it?
The Sicko gas station where the video was obtained from, property item number 14. And then just looks like a couple houses to the west is Egypt Covington's residence, as I know it.
And is this just a Google map?
It is, yeah.
Have you been to this location?
I have, yes.
Have you been to this location on multiple occasions?
I have, yes.
Okay, I'd move for admission of people's proposed exhibit 44.
No objection for exam purposes.
No objection.
Admitted for exam.
Thank you. Sergeant Street, I'm actually gonna hand you a pen.
Okay.
Can you do me, I'm gonna say do me a favor, but that's not quite what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, do you see Miss Covington's home in this photo?
I do. Yeah.
Do you see the driveway that would be connected to her side of the duplex?
Yeah,
Have you been in that duplex?
I have, yes.
Okay, can you just circle that area for me?
I will, yes.
Okay. All right, and so you circled this on the photograph. Would it be the driveway
East or
to
west?
the left?
Yes, to the
Okay.
left as you're looking at it from my
All right.
perspective. Right now.
And the Sicko gas station video that you reviewed, can you circle that gas station for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yep, thanks.
And sir, I'm gonna now show you people's proposed exhibit 31. Do you know what we're looking at there?
Yes, this is the Sicko gas station. It'd be the north west corner of the building.
And was there anything on the northwest side of that building that was of particular interest to you?
Yes, it was the CCTV surveillance camera pointing towards Sumter and Hall Road.
All right, and does that accurately look like it looked like when you went there?
It does, yeah.
All right, move for admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 31.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection for Sanford.
And I know this isn't the best photograph, but Sergeant Street, can you circle for me where that surveillance camera is on this photograph?
Yes.
Thank you. Permission to publish. All right. So when you're looking through that video, did you see anything of particular interest with respect to this investigation?
I did.
All right, and can you tell me what was that?
On the timestamp on the video itself, it was around the 23:43 mark. I first noticed a blue pickup truck enter the gas station from Hall Road into a parking space. It conducted a 3-point turn and then exited all back onto Hall Road in the same direction where it appeared to come from.
Let me back up. Before, so 23:43, according to the timestamp on the video, would be 11:43 p.m.?
That's correct. I'm sorry.
All right, do you recall seeing anything on that video closer to 11:40?
I do. So after watching the first 3-point turn, I rewatched the video to see where that vehicle had come into play. And it was around 11:40 p.m. or 23:40 hours.
All right, and on the video, when it first comes into play, what did you see? What did you see on the video at 11:40?
I observed the pickup truck coming from Sumter Road from the south, so traveling north. It also turned west onto Hall Road. It looked like it was following a Chrysler 300 onto Hall Road.
All right, and did both of those vehicles then, they turned from Sumter onto Hall Road?
Yes,
Would that have been in the direction of the Covington residence?
that's correct, yes.
Okay, and then you indicated that at 23:43, you see that truck come back into view?
I did, yes.
All right, and can you tell me what you saw the truck do at 23:43?
Yes. So as it turned into the fuel station, it completed a 3-point turn, so it would have come into the gas station from Hall Road. It proceeded to park to the north of the surveillance camera. It backed up, and then it headed towards Hall Road and then exited to the west of Hall Road.
And so exited to the west of Hall Road. So when it came out of the gas station, did it go back in the direction of Miss Covington's residence?
It did, yes.
All right. And then you said you saw that truck again one more time on that surveillance camera?
I did. It was at 23:49 or 11:49 p.m.
Okay. And what did you see that vehicle do at that time?
It came from the west of the gas station, so towards Covington residence. It approached Sumter Road, and as it approached Sumter Road, it made a south travel on onto Sumter Road from the fuel station, so
Okay.
south of Hall Road.
Okay. So let me ask you, are
I
you
was
familiar
muted.
with an address of 447?
I was muted. Yes, Linus knows. It was a Vine. You guys didn't get to Vine. If you don't know Vines, you need to go back in time and watch Vines. You should be able to quote these Vines, like, off the top of your head when something like this happens. You need to go watch Vines.
And 00 Judd Road?
I am, yes.
Okay, can you tell me why is it that you know that address?
During the investigation, Shane Lamar Evans came up as a suspect, and we identified that as his address.
And when you indicated that you saw that truck and that Chrysler 300 coming down Sumter and turning onto Hall towards Miss Covington's residence, were those two vehicles you saw coming from the direction of Judd Road?
They were both, yes, they were coming north on Sumter Road, and they both made a west turn onto Hall Road towards Covington's address.
And so on the 2343 and the 2349, the only vehicle you see now is the truck.
That's correct.
You don't see the Chrysler 300 anymore?
I do not.
Okay, and when that truck pulls out and turns onto Sumter, is it then heading in the direction of 44700 Judd Road?
Yes, at the 2349 hour. It's going back at the direction it originally came from 2340, so back towards Judd Road.
Now, let me ask you, based on your viewing of this surveillance video, did you do anything to try to identify the truck?
Yeah, after playing the video, I was able to pause it, and I could see some unique characteristics on the truck, both from the manufacturer and unique identifiers just from damage or use over the years.
And were there
Thanks for the
stills
cheers, Monica.
produced of that truck in that parking lot?
There were, yes.
And did you review those stills when you were trying to further investigate this vehicle?
I did, yes.
I'm going to approach with people's proposed 5A, 5B, and 5C. Do you recognize what I'm showing you in those photographs, sir?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's the blue pickup truck that I observed from property item number 14, the camera number 17, that I observed the 3-point turn, the original at 2340, 2343, and 2349.
Okay, and these photographs that we're looking at, are these stills from that surveillance camera?
They are.
And specifically, in 5C, are we looking at a still of the vehicle, and that looks like the driver's side?
That's correct.
All right, and is that in the gas station parking lot in that photo?
That is correct.
Okay, and so this would have been around 11:43 video time?
That's correct.
Okay, and in People's 5B, are we looking at the driver's side of that vehicle?
It'd be the passenger.
Oh, I'm sorry, passenger side. It's been a long day. And is that again taken from a still inside that gas station parking lot?
That's correct.
And in 5A, what are we looking at here?
That's the front of the pickup truck.
Okay, again, taken in from that gas station still when it pulled in at 11:43?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, move for admission of people's proposed 5A, 5B, and 5C.
No objection for exam purposes.
Mr. Goldstein, SWAT, they're admitted for exam purposes. Oh,
But I don't think you have an opportunity to.
Okay. So I'm going to leave those there for you because I want you to tell me. So when you're looking at those stills, what did anything pop out to you that you investigated to try and figure out where that truck came from?
Yeah, there's a lot of blue trucks out and about. I first identified it as a Dodge Ram at a 1500. So to further the investigation, trying to I guess discover who would drive this vehicle, I try to pinpoint make, model, year, and try to identify the color, which I was successful in this case.
Okay. And can you tell me what did you discern based on your investigation?
Yeah, so from the manufacturer standpoint of original factory equipment on the vehicle, I noticed that the headlights, there's a, can I hold this up and point
If you
to
can.
whoever I need to identify this to? But the headlamp itself, it's pointed at the very top right, and I know that from it's a third generation Dodge Ram. They stopped manufacture the rounded tail or headlights rather in 2006. In 2007 and 8, they went to the pointed headlamp. Sorry, 6, 7, and 8. So I also noticed that the badging on the front, it was consistent with where the Hemi badging would be from the factory.
Right.
So I knew it was a Hemi 1500. And also just below that on the driver's door, I recognized a Ram 1500 on the driver's door. Further on that, the color was significant. It's a very brilliant blue. So going through the color codes from the manufacturers, I identified it's an electric blue pearl, which were only manufactured in it was 2007 and 2008 for electric blue pearl. So I identified it at least being a 2007 or a 2008 Also, the tail lamps were significant. In 2006, they were a curved tail lamp. In 2007 and 8, the tail lamps, they were kind of raised and circular. And you can see that from the video that they had those distinguishing tail lamps that popped out. Also, along with the unique characteristics, it was also chrome bumper for the front and chrome bumper for the back. It had upgraded rims, factory rims, four-door obviously, and the badging on the tail lamp or the tailgate was also, it said 4x4. So I knew I was looking for an either 2007 or 8 four-wheel drive, blue electric pearl Dodge Ram Hemi. And then,
Okay.
oh, sorry.
Well, I don't want you to give too much of a narrative, so I just want to ask, was there anything about 5A that gave you a clue when you were looking for that vehicle?
Yeah, there was a fog lamp that was out on the driver's side of the Ram. I noticed that was a unique characteristic. And it was, you said 5A?
I think it's the top one.
The
there.
top one, yeah. The fog lamp was out, and there was a license plate mounted to the very front. In Michigan, we don't have front mounted license plates traditionally. Ohio is very, they have to have a front plate for a vehicle to operate on a roadway. And it looked, as I appeared, it looked like there is a red emblem as the Ohio plates usually have in the very front, which drew my attention that it was possibly from Toledo, or I'm sorry, Ohio.
Okay, so then did you begin looking at and investigating trucks that would match the description and the year, make, and model that you were looking for in the state of Ohio?
I did. Locating a blue electric pearl 4-door Dodge Ram Hemi, Ram 1500. I did come across one that would, the first Ram I came across.
Okay. And did you look into that Dodge Ram?
I did.
Kelly, I think we had a skunk yesterday at work, though I don't know. Because, I mean, I was working, trying to clean up after the show was over, and 2 of the other servers were just gone. No idea where they were. And they were gone for like 15 minutes while we're just there trying to clean. And when they came back in, like, I really smelled skunk. Pretty heavily. Very, very much so. So I think maybe we had a skunk in the alley yesterday at work.
Sorry, I was just going to say, were you able to exclude it as the suspect vehicle?
I did. I located the vehicle in the Cleveland area. It was just west of Cleveland at a dealership. The individual had bought it at an auction. When I observed the vehicle, it was blue electric pearl. However, from the factory, there's a Hemi emblem that was on the sides of the vehicle as well as the hood itself. There was also running boards on the vehicle that were from the factory. They were factory running boards. And I also discovered that the vehicle in question was a 2-wheel drive Ram, Dodge Ram. So eliminating that as the suspect.
Right, and then, so you eliminate that. Did you ultimately find another vehicle that matched the description?
I did, yes.
Okay, and can you tell me who was that vehicle registered to, if you know?
That vehicle is registered to a Arthur Greenlee.
And
Toledo.
And after you identified that second vehicle, can you tell me what you did further in your investigation with respect to the vehicle?
Yes, so after the vehicle was ultimately located and seized and towed to Michigan, I was able to examine it myself in person, take photographs of the vehicle, and to compare it to the photographs of the known suspect vehicle we observed in the video.
All right.
To eliminate it or identify it as being our suspect.
All right, and you said you seized that vehicle. Can you tell me the circumstances under which you got possession and control of this vehicle?
Yes, got into a suspect, Arthur Richardson. Arthur Richardson advised us of who was in control of the vehicle, where the vehicle was currently
Coffee.
parked at.
Be right back.
Okay, and would this have been in 2020?
It would have been
Okay.
2020.
So was Mr. Richardson actually interrogated as part of your investigation?
He was, yes.
All right, and in that investigation, did he give you permission to seize that vehicle?
He did. Yes.
Did he tell you where to find the vehicle?
He did, yes.
Okay, and so you said that vehicle was seized and brought up to Michigan?
That's correct, yes.
And when it was brought up to Michigan, did you inspect the vehicle?
I did,
Bless you.
yes.
And did you photograph the vehicle?
I did, yes.
I'm going to show you people's proposed 6A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. If you can take a moment, I'll ask you questions specifically, but just look at them and tell me if you recognize what's in those photographs.
Yes, I recognize him.
Are those photographs that were taken of the vehicle that you seized by consent from Arthur Richardson?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And some of these have call-outs on them.
Yeah.
Just identifying certain markers that you thought were relevant. Is that fair?
That's correct, yes.
So in 6A and 6B, can you tell me, oh, I'm sorry, Judge, I don't know if I moved for admission. I'd move,
You didn't.
okay, move for admission is 6A through 6G.
No objection for exam purposes.
Same, Your Honor.
Same, Your Honor.
They're admitted for exam purposes only.
Thank you. Can you tell me what I'm looking at in 6A and 6B?
Yes, so in the original photograph, the stills obtained from the video surveillance, I noticed that a unique feature in people's exhibit number 5B, that the passenger's front door did not have badging of the Ram 1500, indicating to me that they were either removed from damage and repainted or some other means, but they were originally on there from the factory, but weren't on there during the time of the homicide. After examining the vehicle we have in custody at the tow yard, I identified that there was no badging Ram 1500 on the side as it appears in the video itself. I also discovered that there's a Hemi symbol, badge symbol, on the front fender as it's depicted as well in the video. So that was a unique characteristic that was stuck out to me, that the odds of another vehicle being like that are significantly low. That was just one indicator that we might have the same vehicle in question, along with the headlights as well.
Okay, well, we'll go to those. So I just want to make sure. So when you're looking at the video, you saw that it had a Hemi badge on the, what is this part of a car called?
Yeah, the passenger side front fender.
All right, so on the front fender, it had a Hemi in the video,
That's correct.
but it didn't have any badging on the door,
That's correct. The Ram 1500.
on just the passenger side.
Just the passenger.
And that was in the video that you reviewed.
That's correct.
Okay. And when you got Arthur Richardson's vehicle, was it also missing that badging from the passenger door?
The badging was removed, but the Hemi symbol was still on the front fender as it is in the video.
And Sergeant Street, did you look at the badging on the driver's side of the vehicle?
I did, yes.
And can you tell me what, we're looking at 5C, 6D, and 6C?
Yes.
And what can you tell me about these photographs?
It appeared that the factory emblems were attached to the driver's door, both the Ram 1500 and the Hemi emblem, as it appears the suspect vehicle did in the video that we obtained from Sickle gas station. You can see in the, you said,
Well, let's-
describe this one.
So are we done talking about these three?
Yes,
Okay. So basically the badging was the same in the video as the truck that you seized?
that's correct.
Okay. And now you want to talk to me about, explain what we're looking at in 5E?
Yes, 5, or 60.
Oh, I'm sorry, 60.
Yeah, so the taillights that I observed in the video itself, along, like I said, the 2007, 2008, they had the tail lamps that kind of were bubbled a little bit, circular and bubbled. I observed that on the vehicle from Arthur Richardson, they were consistent with the video's tail lamps. Also, in the video, there's a point where the vehicle slows to turn onto Hall Road. The brake lamps are activated, and the third brake lamp on the very top is inoperable, as they were with Arthur Richardson's vehicle when I observed him.
And that's what we're looking at in 5E.
That's correct.
All right, can you tell me about, or I'm sorry, 60. Can you tell me about 6F?
Yeah, that was what I described about the predominant tail lamps. Instead of them being continuous curve, they had these pronounced tail lamp, circular tail lamp items here.
And those were only in certain years and models?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and that would have been 2. Would that have covered
2000.
2007?
Yes, 2007, 2007.
Okay, and in 6G, can you tell me what I'm looking at in 6G?
Yes. And that was the, this is the video snapshot of the brake lights being activated, but the third tail lamp is out. And in this controlled setting here at the tow yard, the brake lamps are activated. However, the third brake lamp is inoperable.
All right, so when you say third brake lamp, you're talking specifically about the lamp or the light that's on the back of the cab.
That's correct, yeah, the highest third
Okay.
lamp.
Thank you. Okay. And when you saw that, when you went into photographs and looked through that truck in 2020, did it have engine in it?
It did not, no.
Okay. So how did you manage to turn on brake lights or turn on lights in it?
The tow company provided me with a battery pack that I could hook up to the battery that was installed, the cables rather. And the cables were hooked up to the battery pack and turned on, which would allow the vehicle to operate electronically anyways, to illuminate lights and electronics within the vehicle.
Now, Sergeant Strait, did you participate in an investigation of defendant Shane Evans?
I did.
Okay, and do you recall off the top of your head what date that was?
That was December 6th, 2020.
I believe it was December.
Or
6th.
2020, I'm sorry.
All right. Are you positive on that date?
Not 100%.
Would it refresh your memory to look at your report?
Yes.
You can't read off the report. Just take a moment to review it and let me know when you're done.
I got the date.
Okay, does that refresh your memory,
It
sir?
does.
Okay, and can you tell me what date that interview occurred?
December 16th.
Okay, and do you recall where it occurred?
Yes, it was at the Michigan State Police post in Taylor.
Okay, and when, during the course of that interrogation, did you address a phone number that would be associated with Mr. Evans?
I did, yes.
Okay, and can you tell me, first, was he Mirandized? Did you read his rights to him before you asked him all these questions?
I did, yes.
Okay, and I'm going to approach with People's Proposed 43. Is that the advice of rights form that you went over with him?
That is correct, yes.
Move for admission of People's 43.
No objection for exam purposes.
No objection.
I would reserve my objection or agreement to allow it to be introduced until I've had an opportunity to voir dire the officer.
Go ahead.
On the,
Go ahead.
do it now?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Detective Shaw. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, Street.
It's okay.
Street.
I've been called worse.
Detective Street, you've indicated that you were the officer that Mirandized Mr. Evans pursuant to his statement December the 6th.
That's correct.
Okay. And can you tell this court, where was Mr. Evans when you first came into contact with him?
He was at his house on Judd Road,
Okay,
44700 Judd Road.
Okay, so you went to his home to take the statement?
Nope, he was arrested there and brought back, is transported to the state police post in Taylor.
I guess I didn't ask the question properly.
Sorry.
When you first came into contact with him and you were about to take the statement, where were you?
I was at this, at the state police post in Taylor.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
Yes.
And was he in a holding area?
During when I interviewed him,
Yes.
he was in the interview room, the first floor interview room.
Okay. And so when you went to Mr. Evans' house and you transported him back to the Michigan State Police, was he in custody? Had he been handcuffed or taken into custody?
He was, yes.
And was he told that he was going to be charged with an offense?
I didn't get a chance to speak with him.
Okay, so you were not the officer that transported?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, you were the officer that had contact with him relative to the statement?
Relative to the,
Statement.
yes, yes.
Were you the only officer present during the time that the statement was taken?
No.
Who else was there?
Detective Sergeant James Plummer.
Okay. And so you don't know how long, I shouldn't say that. Do you know how long Mr. Evans had been in custody at the Michigan State Police Post prior to your question?
I don't have an exact time. I can refer to the report probably when he was taken into custody and what time I read him Miranda, which would at the beginning of the interview process.
Okay, would that help you to refresh your recollection? Yes.
And I read his Miranda rights at 09:18 hours. And it would probably be in another report of the arresting officer when he was taken into custody.
Okay, but you don't have that in any of your documents?
Not in my document when he was actually arrested. No.
Okay. And so when you first come into contact with Mr. Evans, he is in a room to be interviewed?
That's correct.
Okay. And so is that when you sit down and start speaking with Mr. Evans?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, you have something in front of you, which you described as the advice of rights.
Yes.
Okay. And the document that you asked the court, or the prosecution has asked to be admitted, was that document read to Mr. Evans, or did Mr. Evans read it?
Both.
Okay. And when you say both, is it your testimony that Mr. Evans was able to read that document?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. And then after he read the document, you read it to him?
I believe we would have read it at the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that out loud or?
Out loud, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So simultaneously, you're both reading it out loud?
Yes.
Okay. And did at any time Mr. Evans indicate to you that he wanted to talk to an attorney?
I don't recall. I don't know if he did or not.
Okay. Did at any time Mr. Evans indicate to you that he wanted to cease communicating with you?
Not that I recall.
Would there be something that would refresh your recollection as to whether Mr. Evans asked for a lawyer or asked to stop speaking with you?
Yes.
What would that be?
The video or the report.
And did Mr. Evans, what physical condition was Mr. Evans in when you took a statement? Did he have any injuries? Did he complain about being in pain?
No, I believe we offered him food and drink and a cigarette. Didn't complain of anything off the top of my head that no injuries that he would have complained about that I remember. I recall.
Did you ask whether or not he was under the influence of any intoxicating substances?
I did not ask him specifically, I don't believe.
Do you know independently if he was under the influence of any intoxicating substances?
Not that I recall.
How long did it take you to go over that form with Mr. Evans?
It usually takes approximately 3 minutes, I would say, to go over the form if they have any questions, if anybody has any questions about it.
Did Mr. Evans have questions?
I don't recall specifically.
Okay. There's a signature and some initials on the form. How did those items get on that form?
Yeah, on the form itself, I usually do this with everybody I interview under Miranda. I would ask the individual to, if they understood and not waived the Miranda at that point. Under every line, I have them initial that they acknowledge to me that they understand that line of the Miranda form. At the very end, there's 2 questions. At that point, they will initial and write yes or no, if you understand and if you agreed to communicate and waive your right. And then there's a third line that they would write in, like their name, and they would put their name on there. And then I would fill in the rest of the information in front of them.
Is that what happened here?
Yes, I believe so. Yes. I have to see the sheet.
Thank you.
Oh, for Mr. Evans, no. Do you know what? I did this is a verbal. So for the waiver itself, do you understand each of these rights was a yes? And then are you willing to give up these rights to answer my questions? I wrote verbal. So that would indicate to me that he acknowledged to me verbally that he would want to communicate, but didn't want to write it on paper.
Okay. So he didn't want to write those yes or no answers on that paper.
That's
Is that correct?
That's correct. And
Did at any time during the interview you asked him why he didn't want to do that?
if I did, I don't recall it.
Okay. What about any signatures at the bottom?
Yep. So that's my handwriting for Shane Evans. So it says read to, that's my handwriting. It says Shane Evans, read by Detective Sergeant Sean Street, which would be mine. Everything else is filled out except for the complaint number by Detective Sergeant Plummer.
Okay. So would it be fair to say that Shane Evans didn't write anything that's on that document that would be written by you or Detective Plummer?
The SE, the initials,
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch the video to see if he put SE next to the initial or the 1 through 6 in the very beginning. But I don't recall that specifically. That doesn't look like my handwriting. So, but I couldn't tell you 100% for a fact.
Okay. And so after you've completed this document, well, I guess I already asked you that question. Did this portion where you haven't filled out the document, did the interview immediately precede that?
Yes.
So there was never a period of time where it stopped and you left and you came back or anything like that?
Oh, I'm sure he asked for a cigarette at some point. There was a couple times that we probably stepped out of the room.
Okay, what about when you were completing that document? The advice of rights?
I don't remember immediately after or during.
During.
Not that I recall.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Ms. Shackelford.
So that's the form that you completed with him, right?
Yes.
And if you watch the video, would it refresh your memory as to who wrote these SEs next to each of these rights?
It would, yeah.
Okay. And could you watch that video tonight to answer more questions about that in the morning?
Absolutely.
Okay. We have more. So, let me ask you, were you involved with any call detail records, search warrants, or geofence warrants?
I was, yes.
All right. And when you can you tell me just briefly how a geofence warrant works?
Yes. So just like a standard search warrant, you would collect your probable cause, author a search warrant affidavit for the sought information. And usually for a geo fence, you would pick 4 or more coordinates of a location that's significant, like a crime scene. It would be up to the investigator to determine, I guess, what would be significant based on the facts of the case and time frame, so location and time frame. You would request those that information through Google. Google then send you back information of the unique identifiers, not specific people at this time, who would be in that geographical box or area during the time you requested and the times that you requested.
Okay, and then, so after you get just these unique identifiers, but you don't have any information about who these unique identifiers go to, is that fair?
That's correct.
What do you do then?
So how I understand it is Google does not want to, they want to be as open as possible and say, hey, you got, I want you to look at these unique identifiers and you tell me again if these individuals are involved or not. So after they send you those, they'll give you an expanded version of unique identifiers and different routes of travel. And then you have to go back to Google and say, hey, these individuals still look like they're suspicious. I would like to know more about their information. They will send you then another expanded version of their whereabouts, their events, and they'll give you the contact information, who registered that device and what device they're on and whatnot.
And ultimately, are you an expert in the field of geofence or GPS technology?
I am not.
So when you get this information, do you try and plot it for investigative purposes?
I do.
Okay. And does that assist you in your investigation?
It does, yes.
But ultimately, would you forward that geofence data to an expert that would actually do plotting?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And do you know, was that GPS data or the Google geofence warrants or any call detail records, were they forwarded to an expert?
They were an agent out of the FBI.
All right. Is that Neil Gavin?
That is correct, yes.
So let me ask you, when you did you review geofence return that covered the property of 45576 Hull Road?
I did, yeah.
All right. And can you tell me what was significant about 45576 Hull Road?
There was a unique identifier that we first came across that looked to be in the area of that address around the 2345 mark to the 2349 mark, so 11:45 to 11:49 p.m.
And did you ultimately get identifiers as to that particular geofence?
It did, yeah. It ultimately came out that it was Arthur Richardson's cellular device. He registered a cellular device in that, Arthur Richardson.
And did that assist you when you're doing your investigation with respect to this blue truck?
It did, yes.
And when we say a geofence return and unique identifiers, where's the information coming from?
So your Google device, if you have a Google-based device or a Gmail account that's registered with Google Maps, what it will do is it'll pick up what they call a handshake in the field with either a Wi-Fi router or with GPS itself. So it either tracks your GPS location, not just a tower area, but an actual GPS location within a certain radius. And then if it has a handshake, which means it attempts to connect or has an ability to connect with a Wi-Fi wireless router device, it'll do a handshake. It'll register. So it doesn't have to, you don't have to have the passcode for that router. All it has to do is just be in the area of the router for the attempted connection.
Okay.
So
So when you say a Google, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sergeant Street, when you say a Google device, are we talking about cell phones?
a cell phone, yes.
Okay.
A cell phone, tablet, anything that would be an Android-based or Google-based cellular device.
And when you get this geofence return on the one you identified with Arthur Richardson, do you recall, do you get an email in the identifiers?
I do, yes.
Okay, and do you get a phone number in the identifiers?
I do, yes.
Okay. And did you get a phone number that was attached or identified with that device that was pinging?
Yes.
Or for lack of a better term, in the area of the crime scene?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, do you remember that number off the top of your head?
It was 734, remember it ended in 7910, but I can't remember the three. 734, it's documented in my report. I can look it up there.
Would it refresh your memory?
It would.
Okay. Don't read off the report.
Yep. Yep,
Does it refresh your memory?
it does.
Did you get phone numbers associated with that device?
I did, yes.
All right, and can you tell me, what were the numbers that you got?
It was a 419, 227, or 277, 4910,
4910?
or 7910, I'm sorry.
Okay, and did you also discern another phone number with respect to Arthur Richardson?
I don't recall in what aspect for Arthur Richardson. I don't recall.
Okay. Do you have databases that you have access to as an investigating officer?
Yes,
Okay, and were you able to locate any cell phone numbers for Arthur Richardson through those investigative tools?
yes. He provided the same phone number to law enforcement on two separate occasions.
Okay,
Arthur Richardson.
okay, and
I'm sorry, which
Okay.
phone?
The 419
277.
7910. Yes, that's correct.
okay, I want you to review your report there about a second number that you found using your investigative tools. What was that number?
Okay. So the 419, the 206 4931 number.
Okay.
That's one he provided twice, not the 7910 number.
The approach. I don't know if there's a,
Sure.
not really.
No, that's fine. What's your? Yeah.
That sounds good.
Might come in my office.
Absolutely.
It's to the right. See? Now that would look perfect. But don't get the leggings. All right, I got this, guys. I'm specially trained. I'm specially trained to do this. I guess I hold on. I have it because I just used it. There it is. This site is so bad, though. Can you hear Anthony from up here? He's screaming. So when you get there, when you get to that page, you have to go explore design, and then you have to go into the one design you want. Team Manning, It's Bill, Victoria's Bodyguard, where you get spanked with jail time, come for court, stay for giggles. But right here is just the regular logo. And then you have to click this little button that says Shop All Products under the design you want. It's really difficult to navigate. It just really is. And then you can get to the products. And I'm not going to lie, some of them are really terrible. There's a tapestry for your wall. The socks, I would buy socks in a heartbeat. But, oh, you can't see them. Now you still can't see them. Who the hell would buy socks like that? Like, there's the logo right there. These people are drunk. So, yeah, did I put it in chat or did I just not? I didn't, did I? Oh, I'm so stupid. I am stupid. I really am. I know this. If you know it, though, then you're okay. There. Now, please don't feel like I'm, pressuring you to buy Court Vibes merch. I am not. I've sold, like, I don't know, a little under 30 pieces of stuff so far, and I've made $0. They take a huge cut, and I have the prices as low as I can possibly have them. I can't. They won't let me drop them any lower. So it's just there. If you want a Court Vibes something, you can get it. And now I lost Victoria Shackelford. There she is. Okay, we're going to the next video, so give me a second to find it. I really like this judge. I wish she would have kept streaming. I'm just going to let her do it. How many times she says that. Okay. Sugar. I think we're on this one. We'll play the first few minutes.
34th District Court session, the Honorable Gina Brooks Green presiding.
Have a seat. Calling People versus Timothy Moore, Shandon Groom, and Shane
You
Evans.
don't know if this was or was not your first
Good morning,
homicide,
everyone. This is a continuation
case as
from an
evidence
exam
technician.
that started yesterday. Ms. Shackelford, we were in the middle
How
of
many other people
the
have
testimony.
access
Anybody
to the
have any
evidence locker?
preliminary issues?
No charge.
Okay,
It can wait till after this witness.
okay. Everybody can have a seat. Go ahead, Ms.
Guys, the link is like right there on my channel, Discord, Patreon, PayPal, to get a YouTube membership, and my merchandise. It's just right there. You can go to any of them. It's also in my Discord.
Ms. Shackelford.
All right, thank you.
Crocs. I would never do that to Nam.
Sergeant Street, do you recall yesterday I asked you some questions about whether or not you Mirandized Mr. Evans prior to taking a statement from him?
I do, yes.
Over the last night, did you have an opportunity to rewatch that interrogation?
I did, yes.
Okay, so I want to ask you, and I'm going to approach again with People's Proposed Exhibit 43.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, on this section of Miranda warnings, 1 through 6,
Yes.
did you read those aloud to him?
I did, yes.
Okay, and did you give him an opportunity to read them himself?
I did, and so I read it out loud to him, and then I explained it and read it out loud again.
And next to each of these, how it says SE, SE, whose initials are those?
Those are Shane Evans.
And who put those initials there?
Shane Evans.
Okay. And then under the waiver, it says, do you understand each of these rights that I've explained to you? And there's an answer there, yes. Who wrote that?
Shane Evans.
Okay. And then it says, are you willing to give up these rights and answer my questions? And there it says verbal. Who wrote that?
I did.
Okay. And then down here, did you fill out this bottom portion?
I did, except for the complaint number, which was Detective Sergeant Plum.
Okay. And Your Honor, at this time, I'd move for admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 43.
No objection for exam purposes.
No objection, Your Honor.
I would not object for exam.
Okay. It's admitted for exam purposes only. Thank you.
Now, Sergeant Street, over the course of that interrogation, did you talk to Mr. Evans about a phone number he may have, or I'm sorry, that he did have back in 2017?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and do you recall, did he give you a phone number?
He did, yes.
All right, and what was the phone number?
I have to look at the report to get the exact numbers on.
Would refresh your memory?
It would.
All right, I'm handing, this is supplement 32. Can you take a moment to review that and tell me when you've had the opportunity?
Yes.
You ready?
Mhm.
Okay, can you tell me what the number was that he gave you?
Yeah, 734-858-0132.
Thank you. And, did you also, as part of your investigation, receive some returns from, Google with respect to geofence or location,
I did, yes.
Google location? I'm gonna approach with people's proposed 45. Do you recognize this document, sir?
I do, yes.
Okay, and are those Google records with a certificate of authenticity with them?
They are.
Okay. And specifically, do you, Your Honor, I'd move for admission of people's proposed exhibit 45.
Joseph?
No objection for exam purposes.
Same, Your Honor.
That's why. It's admitted for exam purposes.
And sir, what is this Google document pertaining to?
So there was a Google search warrant submitted for a geofence of the area of Egypt Covington's residence at the time and date of her homicide. And when you receive your final notification from Google, it'll state that who owned the cellular device that pinged in the area that you requested. And this one states that the Google device that pinged in that area at our time requested was Arthur Richardson.
Right. And was there a phone number attached to that Google device?
There was, it was a, they have it listed as 1-419-206-4931.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there were any of them prior to that or after or not.
Okay, so you don't know if this was or was not your first homicide case as an evidence technician?
I have to go back and check.
How many other people have access to the evidence locker?
And sir, do you recall having an interrogation with Shandon Groom?
I do,
All right, and would that have been on December 22nd, 2020?
it would have been.
And at that time, was he Mirandized?
He was,
Did you read all of his rights to him?
I did.
All right, and was he willing to fill out the advice form?
I'd have to see the document, sure. Yep, he also did a verbal as well for both of those, the two questions, no initials next to the 1 through 6.
Okay, and, okay, no further questions. Was that, let me ask you, was that, Your Honor, I'd move for admission of people's proposed 30.
No objection for exam purposes.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted for exam purposes only.
And Sergeant Street, during that interrogation of Shandon Groom, were any other officers present with you?
Yes, Detective Sergeant Fleming.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Ms. Joseph?
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
On direct, you testified to a Google kind of aerial view of Miss Covington's house. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And there were other homes next to her house,
Yes.
right? Okay. About how many?
Directly, there's one at least to the right and to the left, east and west of her.
Okay. And there were a few more to the east side of her as well, right?
To the east side, correct, yes.
Okay. All right. And those houses were there in 2017 as well, right?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. So just because someone drove down Hull Road, it doesn't mean they were necessarily going to her house, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And it wasn't as if this road was just a one house road, meaning her house wasn't the only house on the road, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. You testified on direct about some gas station photos. I think it was 44 and 31. Do you recall that? The screen.
I believe, yeah, from the video, the clips from the video.
Yes, and photos of the gas station camera as well.
Oh, of itself, yes.
Yes, okay. And those photos, those were taken in 2021, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so not in 2017.
That's correct.
All right, and you testified about a blue Dodge Ram truck.
That's
quite a bit. You never saw that blue Dodge Ram in 2017, right?
2017. Other than the video, no, not in person, just from the video.
Okay, so never saw it in person.
That's right.
And when you saw that Dodge Ram truck, that was for the first time, that in person, that was in 2021.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so you don't actually know what that Dodge Ram truck looked like in person in 2017, right?
Not in person, just through the video.
Okay. When did you start investigating this case?
I believe it was August of 2020.
You testified about the Google geofence, and it's my understanding that you or someone on your team actually goes through the list that you received from Google, and you are the one who determines what devices are relevant. Is that accurate?
Somewhat. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would depend on case-by-case basis. In this instance, everybody who pinged at that house would be significant to request information about.
Okay, so, and you received a search warrant return from Google saying the next step is you go through the list, you tell us who or what devices seem relevant to you, and then we give you more information. That's right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so basically Google is giving you information based on what devices you determine is relevant, right?
You could. In this instance, I requested any and all. That's what I put in all of my search warrants returns when I send an email out to Google or through their portal. I request any and all information based on the pings that I have. Because usually when I construct the search warrant itself, I do it in such a limited area where I typically wouldn't have any cross traffic or whatnot. So it's already pretty narrowed down at that point. So if I get a return back, even if it's one ping and there's a million other pings there, I'll still request any and all information for that individual.
But that geofence area, it could have included other homes on Hull Road, right?
Not the initial one, no.
Okay, the follow-up one?
I'd have to see the follow-up one for the parameters of it.
Okay, all right. Now, you testified that you requested the geofence for the time and date of Miss Covington's death.
It was, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll ask the question.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
I know you have a lot of information to do, but
yes.
And it's my understanding you're basing the time of death around a Snapchat that Miss Covington's sister provided to you, right?
Yes. So the approximate last known time of her being alive to the first time she was found deceased, reported.
Okay, and that's based on a Snapchat, right?
I believe it was, yes.
Okay, and you understand that Snapchat doesn't tell you a specific time, right? It just says about 22 hours. It doesn't say 22 hours and 59 minutes, for example.
I don't have Snapchat. I'm kind of unfamiliar with it.
And you didn't research it during the course of your investigation?
Snapchat?
Yes.
No, I did not.
Okay, so you're basing the time of death off of a Snapchat, but you did not research Snapchat or the times that Snapchat portrays to its users.
Yeah, so it would be based on the information provided by other law enforcement agencies working on the case. That's how I'd get the information for that.
And did you serve a search warrant on Snapchat to determine when Ms. Covington last used that application?
I personally did not.
Did anyone in the course of your investigation, as a co-OIC, I think as the prosecution called you?
I don't recall if they did or not.
Okay. Let's talk about the gas station video.
Yes.
Now, it's my understanding that based on your review of it, you believe this blue Dodge Ram truck turns down Hull Road at 2340. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And after that, it's your understanding that truck stays on Hull Road for about 2 minutes before coming back to the gas station, right?
I know they went in the direction of Hall Road. There's other roads throughout the neighborhood there. I don't know if they were on there entirely the whole time. All I see is the video itself of it turning down Hall Road and then returning from Hall Road to the fuel station. So
Okay.
I have a video of the continuous travel down Hall Road.
Okay. So all you know is that that truck turned down Hull Road at 2340, and 2 minutes later, it was back at the gas station.
That's correct.
Okay. And so we don't know where that truck went down Hull Road, and if that truck even stopped or went anywhere near Miss Covington's house, right?
I don't have any video of that.
Okay. And so then the truck comes back to the gas station 2 minutes later at 2343, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, does a turnaround, and then the gas station turns back down, or I'm sorry, the truck drives out of the gas station and back down Hull Road and comes back down past the gas station at 2349.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so that's 6 minutes after it did the turnaround, the truck comes back down past the gas station, right?
Yes, that'd be correct.
Okay, all right, so I'm just trying to make sure I understand your timeline of events here. So under your theory of the case, you believe that this blue Ram truck, who was purportedly, involved in this offense, in 8 minutes, that truck drove down Hull Road, drove past or did whatever it did on Hull Road for 2 minutes, comes back to the gas station, turns around, goes back down Hull Road for another 6 minutes, and in that 6 minute time parks wherever it's going to park, gets out of the car, walks up to Miss Covington's front door, figures out how to enter the front door, gets up to Miss Covington's door to her specific side of the duplex, figures out how to deal with the key code issue since they don't know it, goes into the home, walks through the kitchen area, into the open living room, rips off some lights off a curtain rod, however that happened, ties up Miss Covington, shoots her in the head with a pillow over her head, and then doesn't take anything, but leaves and then drives back down Hull Road. All of that happens, under your theory, within 8 minutes, right?
Yeah, you just described it in about a minute and a half. And other than parking, walking in, it would take about that much time to do it, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so you think all of that happened in 8 minutes, and that includes the driving time down Hull Road and then up and back into the gas station. And under your theory, you think this murder allegedly happened after the turnaround in the gas station, right?
Well, I don't know. What I'm basing it off of is when the geographical locations were pinging off her Wi-Fi device in her house based on the truck's movements. So obviously I wasn't inside the house when it happened. I'm just basing off the evidence that we've recovered from the Google device and the truck itself.
So your testimony today is that you don't know when this alleged homicide happened, whether it was in that 2 minute time frame or the 6 minute time frame, right?
No, I like I said, I wasn't there. The only person there would have that information. But based on when that Google device pinged off of the Wi-Fi router, it appears that they entered the house, whoever is holding that cellular device, after the 3-point turn at the fuel station.
Okay. So then that would mean all of those things that I described about entering the home through the double doors, putting the code in, going through the kitchen, going into the living room, figuring out, looking around, where are the lights, pulling them off of the curtain rod, unhooking the curtain rod, whatever had to be done there, tying her up, finding the pillow, putting the pillow over her head, getting the gun out, shooting her, all of those things then under that theory happened in 6 minutes. Oh, and I'm sorry, also leaving, getting back in the car, driving down the road.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. Just making sure we're clear on the time here. And did you watch the gas station footage after midnight?
No, I did not.
So you, again, let me just get this right. You are a co-officer in charge of this case, which is a very important cold case that has been being investigated since 2017 without any formal charges until my client. And you did not watch the gas station footage after midnight?
I believe it cut off at 9 something. I had to watch the video to when it cut off. So it didn't capture past.
Zach, thank you so much. Thank you, Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry. It cut off. I would have to see the clip on it again. I have to see.
Okay, so under your theory, this blue truck leaves the gas station at 12:49, so 10 minutes before midnight. And you don't know what happened on that footage after midnight.
Oh, yes, the second clip. I do recall, but nothing significant jumped out at me.
Okay. And do you recall that other cars drove down Hull Road that night?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And specifically at 11:23, a silver truck drove down Hull Road, right?
At 11:23?
Yep, PM.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that. So it's fair to say that you didn't investigate whoever drove that silver truck down Hull Road at 11:23, right?
No, I did not.
Okay. And also at 11:27, a black truck drives down Hull Road towards Miss Covington's house.
Okay.
Do you know who drove that truck?
I do not know.
Did you investigate that person?
No, I did not.
Okay. And at 11:29, there is a person standing in the corner of the gas station, and that person continues to walk around and look right towards where Miss Covington's house was located. Did you investigate that person?
I did not know.
At 11:53, another car drives down Hull Road. Did you investigate that car?
No, I did not.
So let's see here. My math skills are not great, but 2 minutes after that blue truck drives past the gas station, leaving Hull Road, another car comes down Hull Road. Within the time frame that you have determined this homicide allegedly occurred, and you didn't investigate that car?
No.
Okay. During the course of your investigation, some neighbors were spoken to, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And some neighbors explained that they heard a gunshot around 10 p.m., right?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. It's hearsay.
Well, I can rephrase the question so it doesn't require hearsay.
Then do it.
During the course of your investigation, you discovered some evidence that gunshots may have been heard around 10 p.m.
I didn't
Thank
interview
you,
anybody
Letus. Thank
said that to
you.
me, but I believe there was something documented in a report.
Okay. And again, as a co-OIC.
So again, I'm going to object. to hearsay.
She's not going to ask another question about that, are you, Ms.
Nope,
Wilson?
we're moving on. You know what,
The
Judge, I
big
think I'm all
one.
set.
In Harrisburg,
Goldstein.
the PA Farm Show.
I'm going to ask a question
Where
slowly
it
out of
always
order, but I
snows.
want to do it so I don't forget. In her questioning, Ms. Joseph asked you about your view of the video of the truck.
Yes.
Blue truck. You said you saw the blue truck pull into the parking lot, the gas station, do a 3-point turn, then go back down Hull Road. Right?
The second time, yes.
Second time, yes. Was that the last time you saw the truck on the video?
Yes,
No.
I did create a wish
When was
list.
the next time you saw the truck?
2349.
And
hold
what
on.
was the truck doing at that time?
It was traveling past the gas station on Hall Road. It would have been traveling,
Well, let me make it easier.
Yeah.
Toward Miss Covington's house or away from?
away from.
Okay, and did you get any estimate of the speed based on what you saw?
No.
Did it appear to be operating at a high rate of speed or average or
Nothing notable.
nothing notable? Okay, so in your theory then, a murder had just been committed by the individuals or individual in that truck, but that truck was leaving the area and at a speed that you did not consider to be remarkable or unusual.
Nothing that I noted.
I thought yesterday in your testimony, you said at one point you saw another vehicle that you thought was associated with that blue truck.
That's correct.
And that was a Chrysler or, well, a sedan, let's just call it a
Yeah.
sedan.
Yeah, it looked to be an older model Chrysler 300.
Okay, and that was in the first bit, that was at the 1140 or 1143?
1140, the initial time I saw the blue truck.
Okay, and where did you see that vehicle?
It was traveling in front of the blue vehicle, close proximity.
Were those vehicles at that point, were they operating at a speed that you considered to be unusual?
Nothing notable.
Nothing notable, not going real slow as if they were scoping out the area?
I'd have to determine the other vehicles traveling down the road to get a good estimate of.
Okay, fair enough. Did you see that Chrysler again on the video? You did not. So you don't know what happened. You never saw it leave the area,
I did not.
either before or after the second video with the truck?
That's correct.
You had an opportunity to, okay, let me back up. If I heard your testimony this morning correctly, you started your portion of the investigation in August of 2020.
Yeah, officially.
Okay. At that point in time, was the video from the gas station part of the file?
It was, yes.
And at some point in time, either on your own initiative or because you were directed to, you looked at that video.
That's correct, yes.
And you saw in that video the blue truck,
That's correct.
as well as the Chrysler.
That's correct.
And I'm assuming you didn't think there was enough in the video of the Chrysler to allow you to identify that vehicle. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct, yes.
So you focused in on the blue truck,
Yes.
and you thought, I think if I dig a little bit, I can find that truck
It was significant to any other vehicle because of the pings, yes.
because of the,
Geographical location pings. The first time I saw the truck was the exact same time at one of the pings. When I did the 3-point turn, it was at the gas station at the time the blue truck was there. So it drew my attention, basically following evidence towards it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
My question though is that because of what you saw in the video, you said there's enough there that I might be able to identify that vehicle.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And one of the things that stood out to you was the paint color.
that's correct, yes.
Was that paint color an aftermarket paint color or was that a manufacturer's paint color?
Manufacturers.
Did you, as part of your investigation, attempt to determine how many Dodge Ram trucks were manufactured in that period of time, whatever the 2 years was?
I don't know.
Okay.
I did not.
So there could have been 2 or there could have been 2 million.
Oh, I'm sure there was, considerable amount of Dodge Rams, yeah.
All right. You also spent a fair amount of time yesterday talking about the headlights and the taillights,
That's correct, yes.
the changes that were made over time, which helped you focus in on the years. Again, were those aftermarket or were those factory manufactured?
Those appear to be factory.
And do you know how many blue Dodge Ram trucks were made in that period of time with those headlights or taillights?
Within the years you're asking?
Yeah, well, yes.
I would imagine all of them that had that paint scheme would also have that style of headlight.
Okay. Would you guess it was more than one?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, you testified yesterday that you began to search for that truck.
That's correct.
Right. And I have sort of an odd sense of humor, so I'm thinking in my head, you went door to door, knocking on doors saying, hey, you got a blue truck. Okay, that isn't what you did, is it?
No.
What did you do?
So I went on to it's like an open source law enforcement database, TLO. You can narrow down from there. Different vehicle makes, models, colors sometimes, especially if they're registered in Ohio, because Michigan doesn't register colors through Secretary of State, but Ohio does. And because of the license plate, it looked like it was registered out of Ohio. So I started in Ohio.
Do you recall how many vehicles, when you did the search in the, I'm going to call it Secretary of State or Department of Motor Vehicles in Ohio, when you did that search?
I'm going to put this link up for Jude because Jude asked for it, but please, I am not asking for anything, period. I'm not
search, how many vehicles came back? Dodge Ram, correct year, correct color.
So not that many because of the Hemi badging, the four-wheel drive, the blue electric pearl, quad cab. There's some other things that narrowed down, but there weren't that many.
When you say not that many, we talking 1, 2, 10, 100, 500?
There were, I believe, I couldn't even give you a number on exactly how many there were. Probably around 30-ish or so.
Okay. All registered in the state of Ohio.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Or at one time had been registered
Right.
in Ohio.
Understand. Were you able to get any information relevant to your investigation from the state of Michigan? I know you say they don't register color, but using make, model, year, et cetera, were you able to get information from the state of Michigan?
I don't recall.
I don't recall.
I don't think so.
But if I understood your testimony yesterday correctly, you focused in on the Ohio trucks because you thought the plate on the front of that truck was an Ohio plate.
That's correct, yes.
You do agree, by the way, that even though Michigan does not require a front license plate, it's not illegal to have something on the front of your vehicle.
That's correct, yes.
And people often have plates on the front.
They do. Yes.
U of M plates, Michigan State plates,
Vanity plates.
Vanity plates, the Mackinac Bridge,
Absolutely.
all
Yep.
kinds of stuff. Okay.
Yep, it's common.
But you didn't follow up with Michigan. You followed up primarily with Ohio.
Right, yeah, just the license plate itself. When I observed it, it looked like it was from Ohio based on the red stripe, like the triangle on the plate itself. It resembled Ohio plate.
So you said yesterday, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You found another vehicle that you investigated,
That's correct.
but you eliminated that vehicle.
I did, yes.
You then investigated the vehicle that turned out to be registered to Arthur Richardson's brother.
That's correct. Yes.
That was the second vehicle.
The second vehicle, yes.
And you stopped at that point, didn't you?
Yes.
You said, oh, I think this is it.
Based on some other facts, yes.
So you didn't attempt to, shall we say, verify that conclusion by looking at other vehicles. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. Yeah.
By the way, again, I asked before I forget, I'm a little older than the rest of the people in this room, and I sometimes forget. You said that in your investigation, you learned that Shane Evans had relatives that lived in that area. Is that right?
In which area?
The area around the Hull Road.
Yes.
Okay, and that was on Judd Road?
On Judd Road, yes, that's correct.
Okay, and how far from Judd Road to Hull Road? The location on Judd where Mr. Evans stayed and this house on Hull Road, what was the distance?
It was a little more than 3 miles, I believe. North to south.
Okay, now, the gas station is at the corner of Hall and Sumter, is that right?
All in subject, yes.
Okay. So I'm at Hall and Sumter.
Yes.
In a vehicle, and I want to get away from that area. Okay, what's my route? What do I do?
You can go east, west, north, or south.
Well, is there an expressway nearby? Like
Yeah.
94?
You can, oh yeah, you can go.
Do not start with the east, west, north, and south BS. Please. Say it right. You can go towards Pizza Hut. You can go towards Walmart. You can go towards McDonald's. Or you can go towards the prison.
You can go to 94.
Okay, how would I get from there to 94?
Travel north. Yes, yeah. You can travel north off of Sumter Road.
How far?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You didn't clock it?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with that area, sir? Just in general?
Just in passing.
Yeah.
I've been there several times, but not extensively.
So you wouldn't have any information as to what the primary route from that intersection out of that area would be?
I wouldn't.
Fair enough. So you looked at the video?
Yes.
And you saw the truck pretty clearly, correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you, and you were able to enlarge, whatever a good word is, to get it clearer and more specific?
Yeah.
Yo.
Were you ever able to do it?
Large is a good word, sir. It really is.
but sufficiently that you could see inside, who was inside the vehicle at that time.
No, you couldn't make out any faces at all. You can obviously see that there's somebody in the car, but I couldn't make
Well,
out.
there was obviously somebody driving the car.
Absolutely.
That wasn't one of these new cars that drives itself, right?
No, sir, not this year.
All right, so we know there was a driver,
That's correct, yes.
but you don't know if there was one person, two people, five people?
It looked like there's two people. I saw the front passenger moving in there. Looked like a hand, and then obviously the driver.
So you could see that there were possibly two people in the vehicle,
That's correct, yes, sir.
male or female,
Could not determine.
young or old,
Could not determine.
white or black.
Could not determine.
What about in the Chrysler?
Could not determine that at all. Obviously, a driver, just by,
Yeah,
based on
again,
his movement,
yeah.
but other than that, no. Couldn't make out any features for male, female, race.
We certainly hope there was a driver.
I hope so.
Thanks.
Yes.
I'm sorry, John, I'm done, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Watt.
I have no question.
Any follow-up,
That
Ms.
lawyer drives
Shackelford?
me
Briefly.
up the wall.
So you were just asked a bunch of questions about why did you focus specifically on this blue truck? And you indicated something about a ping at a gas station. Do you recall that testimony? Can you explain what it was that connected these two things together to make you investigate that particular truck?
Yes. So prior to watching the video, I was educated about these geographical locations that we got from the target number that was identified as Arthur Richardson. And while watching the video, I noticed that one of the pings came from the fuel station. It pinged at the fuel station itself. And I knew it pinged at 23:43 hours. And as I was watching the video, lo and behold, the blue truck pulls in there at 23:43 hours. And not only does the blue truck pull in there at 23:43 hours, at 23:45, that same ping goes to Ms. Covington's address and is there for several minutes. It leaves at the same time that blue truck is now traveling on Hall Road. So if it was one time, yeah, it's probably something to look into, but more than one time, two different pings with that vehicle, obviously, that drew my attention that this vehicle more than likely had something to do with it. Obviously, it needed more investigation, but yeah, it, out of any other vehicle, that vehicle matched the time frames of the pings.
And when you get, you know, I know you're not an expert on this, but just, you have some knowledge.
Absolutely.
When you get a call detail records and you're looking at cell phone towers and what tower they're using, would you agree with me? You have a fairly large geographical area.
Absolutely.
All right, when you're looking at Google pings, do you get specific information from Google about the range of those pings?
Yeah, so it doesn't base their location off of the towers itself, or the information isn't displayed through the towers. It's based off a GPS or a geographical location point, and it does have a radius involved in it. So Google will send you, hey, you know, there's a variance of this radius within this geographical location.
Okay. And were those pings that you noticed at Miss Covington's home from that same device that pinged at the gas station?
That's right.
Did they all kind of come with a different radius?
They do, depending on signal and whatnot from the device and the receiving device.
And
Ms. Shackelford, can you,
Oh,
yeah,
is that
yeah,
Okay.
your folder is making, that's the microphone, and it's vibrating.
I've
so-
never had anyone tell me I wasn't loud enough.
No, it was
so-
causing
No, it's
vibration.
causing a vibration because the
All right.
full, every time you touch it, it makes it vibrate, and then when she has to transcribe this, it'll drive her crazy, so.
I'm sorry, I lost my question
Yeah,
there.
sorry.
So I'm asking you about these geographical areas on these pings. When you're looking at the pings, did you do some initial plotting?
I did, yes.
All right, and the radius of some of these pings, you were asking questions about, well, what about the neighbor's house or this house? Did you notice anything specifically about those Google pings for Arthur Richardson's, the device registered to him?
Yeah, they were, the radius did not accompany the surrounding houses, only Egypt Covington's house, most of them. There were a couple that had a very large radius, but most of them were concentrated in her residence itself.
So when you're getting this Google return and you're seeing this vehicle, and then did you make a connection between Arthur Greenlee and Arthur Richardson?
Yes, we discovered that they were brothers.
So when you're asked why just stop looking for all the other trucks, is that why?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Just one question. You just testified about the accuracy radius of the Google pings, I guess we could call them.
Yeah.
But the accuracy radius of those Google pings, according to an expert, was between 200 and 288 meters, right?
Yeah, there are a couple I said that were a larger radius. Some of the other radiuses inside of her house were much smaller.
Okay, and is it your testimony today that none of those radiuses, is it your testimony today that some of those radiuses do not encompass other homes?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, and is that supported by the experts plotting, or is that based on your plotting?
It's based off my plotting.
Okay, and you don't have any expertise in plotting or accuracy or radius accuracy, right? Okay, so that's just based on yours. Okay.
That's correct, yes.
And, okay, nothing further.
Anything else?
None, Your Honor.
Sir, I do, Your Honor. Sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, when you were talking about these pings and so forth, that tells you the device, correct? The ping tells you the device.
It does, yes.
Does it tell you who's using the device at that time?
No, sir, just the person who registered that device initially.
Does it tell you whether the device is actually being used at that time?
It does.
And does it tell you what was being said on the phone at that time?
There are ways.
I'm talking about, right, I'm
Yeah.
talking, so with the information you had, did it tell you, when you were looking at these pigs,
Mhm.
did it tell you what was being said on the phone at that time?
No, just the numbers calling.
Thank you. I'm sorry, nothing else, Your Honor.
You can step down. Oh, go ahead, Ms. Swat. I apologize. Did you? Oh, okay. I thought you said I have a question. You can go with Officer Garcia. And then who's the next witness? Ms.
Judge, I'm gonna send a text right now. I want to see who's out in the hall.
Oh, this was, okay, here you go.
CAST, C-A-S-T.
And did you go through special training to do what you do?
Yes.
All right, and Your Honor, I believe we have a stipulation with respect to the expert's qualifications. No?
Is that correct, Ms. Joseph?
Excuse me. I don't know that I've seen a CV.
It was emailed to you weeks ago. Do you want to see a copy of it?
Yeah, I'd love to, thank you.
Mr. Goldstein, do you have the copy of the CV?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh, this was, okay, here you go.
This one?
Fred? Is-
I saw it already.
Jamie, will you grab Fred?
Judge, we would stipulate to his qualifications.
Stipulation, Mr. Goldstein, stipulation, Ms. Watt?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so stipulated.
And, sir, can you tell me, what is it that you're qualified as an expert in? What field?
Historical cell site analysis.
Okay, and your curriculum vitae, which is people's proposed exhibit 36, is this the document that you provided to me with respect to your education and training?
Yes.
All right, move for admission of people's proposed 36.
Ms. Joseph?
No objection for exam purposes.
No, Your Honor.
No
This one.
objection for example.
It's admitted for exam purposes only.
Thank you. And, sir, can you tell me what is it you do on the cellular analysis surveyor?
So the CAST team for the FBI is a three-part mission. We provide historical cell site analysis for a crime that's happened in the past. We also respond to critical incidents such as kidnappings, fugitives, terrorist attacks, things like that, using the same techniques to locate phones and people. And then thirdly, we provide training to state and local law enforcement officers.
And what kind of training have you had for the historical cell site analysis?
So the certification process is a multi-step process. You go through basic and advanced training, and then there's a two-step certification training after a field training exercise.
And do you also provide training to investigators and attorneys in historical cell site analysis?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you tell me, what is historical cell site analysis?
So historical cell site analysis is reviewing call detail records and combining those records with cell tower location records, in which you can provide a general geographic area of a cell phone.
And can you tell us briefly how a cell phone works? How does a cell phone and a cell tower work together to complete a call?
So a cell phone works like a radio, like a walkie-talkie. It can send and receive radio signals. The primary difference being that a walkie-talkie has a limited range, where a cell phone, I can talk to anybody in the world. The way a cell phone does that is by connecting to a network. The network then routes that call or text to wherever I need it to go. The way a cell phone connects to a network is through a cell tower, by connecting to that cell site. So when your phone is on, it's constantly listening and scanning for those signals from a cell tower. A cell tower is constantly broadcasting like a beacon. So your phone, if you're in a rural area, your phone may be only listening to one cell tower. More than likely, though, with the prevalence of cell phone networks, and especially if you're in an urban area, your phone is going to be picking up multiple towers, signals from multiple towers. What your phone is doing is it's ranking those signals, and it's looking for the strongest and clearest signal. As you move, that ranking may change, but the strongest and clearest signal is always going to be at the top of that ranking. So your phone knows, before you go to make that call or send that text, what tower it's going to connect to. So when you go to place a call or receive a call, your phone connects to that tower. When that connection is made, that's when a record is generated. And that record is maintained by the phone companies. That record is going to have information like the date and time of that connection, the parties that were involved, whether it was incoming, outgoing, the duration, and also what tower you connected to, along with the location of that tower. That's what can provide us a general geographic area of where a cell phone was at a specific time.
And so you can determine the general location of a cell phone by analyzing cell sites used and documented in the call detail records?
Yes.
And can you tell me, what is the level of precision with call detail record analysis?
So it's not a GPS point. It's basically a general geographic area, the coverage area of that cell tower or the sector within that cell tower.
And can I ask a question? Generally, I mean, you mentioned urban versus, rural areas. And obviously there's more cell towers in an urban area. What is, I mean, this situation is a more rural area. What is the coverage area of a general cell tower? You know what I mean? Is it a couple square miles? It
can depend how they, so a phone company will lay out towers in specific areas. So the more towers you have, the smaller that coverage area is going to be. The more towers are spread out, the bigger they engineer that coverage area to be. So it's kind of a dependent question.
Okay. And in your analysis of all of the call detail records we're going to talk about today, do you actually have mapping where you show where each of the towers servicing those providers are located?
Yes.
Okay. Before I get into specifics, I want to ask you, do you also, are you also qualified to map Google locations?
Yes.
And can you just briefly describe what is a Google location? What are we talking about?
So whenever your device uses a Google account, Google collects that location information. It can be from a GPS point, from your specific phone. It can be from a Wi-Fi signal that you pass through or connect to, or it could be a cellular signal, much like the call detail records would have.
So it's either a GPS point, cellular signal, or what, attempt to connect to Wi-Fi?
Correct.
And did you do some pretty extensive analysis on the case that we're here for today?
Yes,
All right, and did you provide a report with respect to that?
I did. Yes.
And Special Agent, do you have a copy of that
I do.
report with
I have
you?
it printed out.
We have it up on the screen as well, but I just kind of want to go through it with you, and we can discuss each map in detail.
Okay.
So on page 3, what are we looking at here?
So these are pictures of what a typical cell tower would look like. You can see the small white rectangles are the antenna. That's what sends and receives those signals. And if you look at the close-up on the right-hand side, you see a distinct like triangle shape. Those 3 faces, those are the 3 sectors of a cell tower. So a cell company will divide the coverage area on a specific cell tower into 3 sections or slices.
Okay, can we go on to the next, and is that what we're looking at here on page 4?
Yes, so the bigger example on the right is an overhead shot looking like straight down onto a cell tower, and we see, if you imagine a circle, a 360-degree circle, the phone companies will split that circle into 3 different sectors, and they'll label them 1, 2, 3 or ABC. And each one of those sectors will cover 120 degrees, 360 degrees, the whole circle divided by 3, give 120 degrees for each one of those slices. The way they name those slices is by directions. So if we look in this example, sector 1, which is the red sector, has a direction of 0 degrees, which would be straight north on a compass. So it goes by the middle of that slice. So like sector 2, the blue one, would have an azimuth or direction of 120 degrees. The gray sector, sector 3, is 240 degrees.
And when these azimuths, I see the different degrees in there. Do certain phone companies provide you not only with a sector that a phone would use, but actually the azimuth of where the phone was coming into that sector on?
Correct. They'll provide the name of the sector that it connected to, as well as the direction that that sector faces or covers.
And the next slide.
So this slide just shows on the maps that we're going to see how those sectors are depicted. So those white legs are the edges of each one of those slices. The shaded area, that's just the general direction that that sector is facing. So the middle of that shaded area would be the azimuth, the direction the sector is facing. And then the small box on the bottom, the call-out box, contains the information that is provided by the phone company. So the cell number, that's the naming of that cell site that's provided by the phone company, the date that the event happened, that the connection was made, the phone that connected to that tower, the time that that connection was made, and then the last number on the right-hand side is the azimuth. Again, that's the direction that sector faces that the phone connected to.
And before we go any further, Special Agent, this report that you authored, what we're seeing, is that the report that you provided?
Yes.
Okay, and Your Honor, at this time I'd move, this is People's Proposed Exhibit 7, I'd move for admission of the phone mapping exhibit.
Ms. Joseph,
Judge, no objection for exam purposes.
Exactly, same, Your Honor.
Ms. Watt,
Thank you, Your Honor.
it's admitted for exam purposes.
Thank you, Judge. Okay,
Before we take this slide down, can I ask some questions about it rather than having to come back later, Your Honor?
I don't have any problem with that. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Agent Gavin, between where it says cell number and date of tower event, there are three little things.
Symbols, yeah.
Okay, what does that represent?
Those are so I can display the information differently, and if I click on each one of those little, it's like a little hand pointing at a piece of paper. It just displays the date information in a different format.
Okay, so it's not, I thought sometimes those look like symbol strings. They show how strong.
Oh, no, it's just the program, the way it displays the information.
Okay, and you may have said this and I may have missed it, but there's something there called an azimuth of cell site. The number 15, what does that mean?
So the azimuth is that direction that the sector that the phone connected to faces. So like a 90 would be directly east, if you think of a 360-degree circle.
So 15 would mean slightly east of north.
Correct.
Okay. It has nothing to do with the direction of the phone or where the phone was relative to the tower. It's just where it faces.
Well, it's the sector that the phone connected to.
Okay. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
And that's consistent with all cell towers start with 0 at due north.
Yes.
That's a standard procedure in the industry.
Directionally, yes.
Okay, so that anybody that looks at any of these knows that 15 is just east of north.
That's correct.
Anything else, Mr. Goldstein?
No, thank you, Ryan.
Ms. Watt or Ms. Joseph, did you have any specific?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Shackelford.
Okay. And on to the next slide. Can you tell me, what am I looking at in this slide, sir?
So this slide is a map of the AT&T network in the Van Buren area. So each one of those little blue dots that you see, the little blue circles, that's an AT&T cell tower or cell site. There's also several locations that were provided to me that are mapped on there. Crime scene, victim residence at 45576 Hall Road, a yoga studio in Canton, Citgo gas station at 15400 Sumter Road in Belleville, a residence at 44700 Judd Road, and then again, those blue dots are the AT&T cell sites.
So just so I'm clear, so up at the top there, it looks like it's in purple or dark blue. It says YG. Is that the yoga studio?
Correct.
All right, and then down towards the bottom, I see CS. And is that the address on Hull Road?
Yes.
And the Citgo is self-explanatory. And then down at the bottom there's a little yellow house symbol. Is that the house on Judd Road?
Yes.
And let me ask you, if a phone has AT&T versus Verizon, will there be different towers?
The towers could be in different locations. Yes.
Okay.
So each phone company, if you have an AT&T phone, your phone will only connect to the AT&T towers.
Okay.
If you have a Verizon phone, likewise.
Okay. So I want to now move to the next slide. And what am I looking at here?
So this is a similar map, except now for Sprint. So the black dots are the Sprint towers in the area. The same locations are mapped on this map, and it's zoomed out a little bit to include the Toledo area.
Just out of curiosity, do any of the companies rent or lease or whatever towers from each other?
They share towers sometimes, yes. So you
Or
can
have multiple, you could have multiple, whatever you call the directional things.
Exactly.
For AT&T, Verizon and Sprint or whatever.
Exactly, yep, all on the same tower.
So sometimes that, just to piggyback off of that, so sometimes you might have one big tower and it might be Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, whatever, T-Mobile, and other times it might just be Verizon or
Exactly.
just be Sprint, depending on the area and whether or not they want to share a tower.
Correct.
Okay. And so we're looking here at Sprint towers, and again, I see the Citgo crime scene yoga studio and the Judd Road residents. Can you tell me why does this map go down so far?
So this map is zoomed out to include the Toledo area because a couple of the Sprint phones that I was asked to analyze connected to towers in Toledo.
Okay. So on the next slide here, and now we're going to look at a specific phone that you identified and analyzed. Is that correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me what was the number for that phone?
So this number is 734-730-7090, and it's an AT&T phone.
Okay, and can you just run us through what towers that phone was utilizing and what time period it was utilizing them in?
Yeah, so the time period for this slide is June 22nd, 2017, from 6:22 p.m. to 9:07 p.m. And we see that phone connect to 3 different towers in the Canton, Michigan area, and the times are listed there for each tower that it connected to.
And can you tell me from about 6:22 to 9:06, can you tell me what those tower areas would be covering?
So from the 6:22 to 9:06 p.m., we see the phone connect to it's tower 711181, and that's a tower just off Canton Center Road in Canton. And we see two different sectors that it connects to during there. So the 622, 706, 712, 715, 715 twice, 722, 806, and 845. It connects to the sector with the 0 azimuth, which would be facing due north. And then at 9:06 p.m., we see it connect to the azimuth of 120, which would be facing in a southeast direction.
So those first ones up to 8:45 p.m., would that due north tower cover YG on your map, the yoga studio?
It could, yes.
All right, guys, we made it to the end of another clip with Victoria Shackelford as a lawyer. So, before you leave, I want to say something real quick. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. We're doing something. We're playing a game. And I need you guys to send me a picture from your phone or tablet or whatever. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write your name, the name that you have on your handle in chat. Don't write Stacy if in chat you're, big booty starfish. So you have to write your name with your toes. Put a pencil in there, put a pen in there, write your name, and send me that picture, just me, a DM in Discord. Do not send it in general. Don't. Just send it to me. Because once we get enough names, we are going to, during a live stream, figure out who wrote what with their toes. So, I already got one. I'm not going to tell you from who, but I already got one. Because I said this yesterday in OJ. So, listen, this will be fun. Just write your name with your toes on a piece of paper. Or if you're really creative, listen, this might even be better. Everybody go purchase a metal etcher and get a piece of metal and etch your name into the metal. No, don't do that, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? Or a glass etcher. Write your name on a bottle, on a wine bottle, of course. So, yeah, just write your name on a paper. DM me. If you do not know how to DM me, do not put it. Don't write your government name. Write your handle. Whatever is after the @ sign, when you put a chat in this chat box, I need to accept. And please don't send me a picture of your foot. I don't need that. I just need a picture of I should be specific. Put a pencil in between your toes so that the pointy end is down. And then try to write your name on that piece of paper with the pencil. Then remove your foot from any photo. Take a picture of that piece of paper. And DM me. Oh, cursive would be better. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Alright. Mel, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know any other way for you to get me that. I don't know any other way for you to get me your picture other than Discord. If you guys can think of another way, if you don't have a foot, if you don't have toes, that's possible. Just stick it in your elbow and try to write your name, which is cheating. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. I shall see you all again really soon. I'm going to set up OJ now. Discord link. Discord link. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm getting the Discord link. Hold on. Hey, come on now. I'm in a hurry. I have seconds right now. Here is the Discord link. Oh wait, that's not the Discord link. That's the link to Zach's channel, guys. That's the link to Zach's channel, guys. You should click it. You should watch. Alright, Lena's put the Discord link in. So, there you go. Guys, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright. She's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy. She's always top shelf. Don't take my word. Come and see for
You don't know if this
yourself.
was or was not your first homicide.
Her cases are new with a twist or two.
How many other people
I really like
have
them. I
access to the
believe
evidence
you will too. A little lifeline passed along in
You don't know if this was or
Why
was
don't
not
you
your first
join
homicide.
us? It's a guaranteed good time.
How many other people have access to the evidence locker?
So what